fucked us.
Yeah.
He signed paperwork that fucked us.
Everybody's saying the same. Everybody's saying something at the same time. So
the reason why that black people are a little bit antsy for real, because we got lulled to sleep by Obama for real. When everybody went to the inauguration of the first black president, the only ones who were still there was us. Because remember, when the CBT said something, we said nah. When
he was a
organization,
dude, he was a good president. He was a good president. Nah. He was a good president.
He was.
None of them are good presidents to us. None of them have been good presidents to us. That's bullshit. He was not good.
I'm sorry. I got to back TY on this. So at the end of the day, I can say in the first 4 years that Obama was in there, he tried to do some shit for us. Yeah, y'all play around and y'all ain't watch how this man hair turned gray in 8 years. Y'all cannot see the stress that man was going through trying to do.
That nigga aged 20
Somebody
years.
Somebody has
in 8 years. In 8 years. And regardless of how we choose to see it or not, we know that he was a fucking puppet. But at the end of the day, his intentions going in the door was to do for us. And they told him, nah, nigga, you ain't doing shit. We'll kill your whole fucking family.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. If he was fucked up, he would have been exposed. He was under scrutiny like nobody ever. Like nobody ever. They try to say this nigga wasn't American. And he was the fucking president.
Well, what about, okay, I hear what you're saying, Derek, but what about, you know what beef I got with Obama, though? Yeah. What you letting them let you get into your head and manipulate, and what you did to Libya and Gaddafi. I still got beef with that. Y'all murdered and assassinated that man for trying to do for us. So that's my.
No.
You know that was that white chick.
Gaddafi was kind of a piece of shit, though.
But all the presidents have been pieces of shit.
Every single
leader. No, Gaddafi, like Saddam, all of them were pieces of shit.
But that's what they told us. That's what they told us. That's what they told us.
Gaddafi was sitting there trying to give every couple that got married money. He was trying to give them health care. He was giving you a house. He was doing for black people. He was going to change the goal.
Every black person that's ever been killed by this motherfucking government there's not been a goddamn thing wrong with them. I better not hear nobody else on here talk about how Gaddafi or nobody else who was murdered by the government of this country was a bad guy. Fuck that bullshit. Gaddafi was doing his goddamn job for his people.
In this country.
That's what he was doing. And anybody who says anything outside of that,
fuck this country, though, Derek. At the end of the day,
Gaddafi. Fuck this country. Where was Gaddafi at? Where was Gaddafi at? Look at all the people who have been killed.
Who was that just now? Was that a person that's talking, or was that?
That's Jilly. That's Jilly.
Yes. My name is Jilly. Hi, nice to meet you.
Okay. So talk to me.
Yes, I am a person.
Okay.
So can we go ahead and just dead all of this, because ultimately we're not talking about nothing. Here's what I want to know. How many of y'all are willing to, if someone were to raise a banner, because I think last time we did this, those of y'all that were there, I was talking about, I mentioned how the Jews, how the workers unions, how LGBTQ people, how all of them pool their resources and they form organizations, they form voter coalitions.
And we should.
And they go to these politicians and they buy, sell, lease, and trade them. So if there was somebody in the black community to say, yo, I want everybody to sign up under this banner, this is going to be, this is our, I guess, like a black political action committee, a black PAC.
Nah, because
everybody, let me finish.
Let me go ahead and jump on that.
Hold on. Can I finish?
Let everybody finish their sentences, please.
So everybody's doing hand stuff. So everybody's passionate about this. So let's go one by one.
Can I finish though?
Yeah, finish.
So here's what I'm saying. This is everything we're saying right now. We can talk in circles all day and everybody's entitled to their opinion. But at the end of the day, who is willing to say, hey, yes, I am going to sign my name on this, what's the word? Metaphorical petition. And boom, I want to be a part of the black coalition. And I'm going to put in money every month that we can have our own lobbyists or we can have our representatives go and let people know we hear that we are, let's say, 500,000 strong, 1 million strong, and that they're going to have to come see about us if they want our vote, and we are all going to vote one way. And whoever is going to give us what we need, be a Democrat, be a Republican, be a Green Party, we're going to vote this one way.
So I'm a Democrat, and I think that
hold on, let
Democrats.
Nelly go, man. She had her hand up.
I think that Democrats take our votes for granted.
We know this.
Derek, Nelly has her hand up. Nelly,
I don't see that, so I'm sorry.
I know you don't. I know it's okay. It's no issue.
Okay, so there is a remedy for what you're talking about, Brother T. And for those of y'all that don't know, we actually had 3 political parties out there that had the Black First interest on their platform. Now, as for you saying signing a petition, why sign a petition when you could just sign up for the party? And when they say, hey, we're getting ready to run votes, we need votes for this right here in this state, this country, this county, why are we not just going ahead and walking up to the polls and doing that shit?
So off the top, there's only 2 viable parties.
And what are they?
Republican and Democrat.
No, you got the Mahali Party, you got the Pan-African Party.
Nobody's heard of those. Nobody's heard of those.
But see, that's the problem. We haven't heard of them because we choose not to hear about them. But I'm telling you about them right now.
Exactly.
They actually got a brother running for city council and another one running for governor down south in the next couple months.
No. What I said is, I didn't say there's only 2 parties. I said there's 2 viable parties.
They're only viable when you give them power. So if you got 47 million African Americans in this country, why are we all just voting Democrat and Republican when there's another option?
Because we do.
Basically saying that we take the third option off the table and we just look at the 2 that they throw at us.
No, because we do, and we historically have.
All right.
Those are the parties. Those are the parties that have the power.
And that's
until we take it away from them.
And we're not going to
take it away from them.
And nobody in this group is going to change that.
Shit, me. Hi, my name is Nelly.
Excuse me.
And I've been pushing the Mahali Party since last year.
Huh?
Yo.
He's trying to answer.
We're not going to change that. We're not going to.
No. See, you might not change that, but damn it, there are a lot more of us out there that want this change. You know, there are y'all that just sit back and let somebody else do it.
No.
Let Debbie down her.
And the thing is,
okay. This is not.
The thing is, no. If you know me or not, like, I'm very pragmatic. I understand cause and effect. We have 2 parties. It's been that way for 250 years. It's going to be that way.
I have a question for you, brother. You know,
a friend's party has never won.
Derek, someone has a question. Well, hold on. I want to get T Bridgewater, and I want to get Jilly. So T Bridgewater and then Jilly.
Yeah. So tell me when a friend's party is won.
No, I have a general question for you because you keep mentioning about 2 parties and who's more dominant, which one you feel might feel more beneficial in your opinion.
Yeah.
My question is, like some people have been saying, I guess indirectly or even directly, I've heard, where, you're saying there's 2 parties and you feel that's the way it's going to be. But
that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's always been.
The way you're speaking, you sound like, do you feel yourself and other people that think like you will be able to commit to working? What if we, melanated and, all these social media groups decide to work together and we build our own government? There's actually a way to do that. Would you, with your mindset and other people that
with
think
my
like
mindset, would I?
No, well, I'm sorry, let me recorrect that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Would you think that since we want to make a change, instead of voting for one party, which they've been for what, 50, 100, so many Democratic Republic, at the end of the day, why would you, if you're really for, hold on, can you let me finish?
Yeah.
Because I haven't spoke the whole time. Why would you make 2 parties to separate the people, which we're already in confused and all these other things we have to deal with if you're for America? Clearly, in my opinion, they're not. So my goal, and I would hope other people that want to come together and actually work together, vote for our party. One, this is also be pulling resources, money, food, and even, sharing knowledge with each other so we can use our resources, because it is proof you have all these Asians, Indians, Latinas coming into our community There's obviously money here. Yeah, there's obviously money in our communities. Every single hood has, every state has a hood. So my point is,
go ahead.
To finish it, make it real simple. Instead of saying, it's always been that way, or, it's not going to change, why not, come together? Because obviously we're all here because we care about each other. We're trying to build. Why not take our resources, come together, and, we're going to have our disagreements, but our agreement is we both want to survive. We want our children to survive. We want to learn. We want to.
It's never happened.
Let him finish.
It's okay.
That's my point. You keep people that might have the similar mindset as you will keep that mindset and say, oh, it's never happened. We clearly take action when someone says we're going to pay us money, and most likely it's the whites. It's the whites.
Let me know. Let me know when I can speak, and I'll speak then.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we got T Bridgewater, and we're gonna have Mr. White, and then
Jilly
was next.
I'm gonna call it.
No. Aisha.
Jilly was next. Jilly was next. Go ahead on Jilly. I'm sorry, Derek. It's a lot of it's a very passionate topic. And so everybody has their own opinion, but at the end of the day, we do need to come together and make things for our community.
Let me say my few words.
Okay.
It's never happened. It never will. It's unrealistic. We need to work within the system that we have. We can't buck the system. We don't have the numbers.
I want to say this before you get to Jilly. I'm sorry.
Hold on. No. Nelly.
Go ahead, sis.
Contentious.
Okay. So, all right. So, check this out. You don't know me, and it's cool. But listen here, the people that you were seeing on this Zoom right now are actually people who are all about change and all about building, and will make that change that needs to happen. So for you to sit here, hold up. Please do not interrupt me. Okay. So first, I would like to apologize for when I jumped in, because I know I jumped in a little brash, cursing people out. Marty, I do apologize for interrupting you too, baby. Okay. So, but for people who always think, oh, it's never going to change, guess what? For you, it never will change.
It won't change in our lifetime.
Change, you have to be that change. Hold on. I'm not interrupting you. Look. I'm talking.
Look, hey, real quick, Jilly. Can we? I'm sorry, Derek, brother. You're gonna have to let people talk, man. You asked how do I know when I can talk when the person is finished talking?
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because every time somebody opens their mouth, you decide you have something else to say.
I'm interjecting when somebody says something that I can respond to.
No, this is not a debate. We not in court. This is no interjection. There's no objection. What you're gonna do is you need to be giving people the opportunity to speak their mind, just like you trying to. That's what needs to happen. So what I'm trying to say is, for people who decide that no, there's never going to be any change, we need to just do this, guess what? You ain't going to see no change, because you're not change. And if you want to see change, you have to be that change. So the people that you're looking at in this room right now, these people are the change. Point blank, period. There are a lot of different things that can happen in this world, and you will never know what can happen. That's right, I can't hear you, you're muted. But there are a lot of things that you're never going to be able to do until you actually believe in yourself and you believe in your own people. For you to sit there and talk about how things are never going to change, they're always going to stay the same, that shows how much you actually love or don't love the people that look just like you.
That's how much
I'm done for now.
Having them.
Hey,
Word.
Mr. White.
Appreciate it, Jill. All love, girl. So here's my thing. Brother Derek, despite how you've been interrupting everybody, and I'm not going to keep going in on you like that, but despite that, I agree with some of what you're saying, because you're right. At the end of the day, and Nelly, I love the concept of the Mahali party. You know, me and you've been going back and forth about that. But the reality is right now, to Derek's point, there are practically there are only two viable parties. That doesn't mean it has to stay that way, and it should not. This country needs to have some other party or parties to put pressure on them, but for right now, they don't. So even if, let's say, a Mahali party or the Pan-African Party became viable, let's say all 45 million Black people threw in with it, we're still not going to outweigh the other, almost 300 million other Americans. So if we're talking about a party that's for us, if we're going to say, hey, we're creating our own Black party, cool. But we need to be very aware of the fact that that's only going to give us potential wins on state and local levels. On a federal level, we're not winning shit. That's not insignificant because, like to Nelly's point, most people think that the presidential election is everything. That's really not even shit. So if we can win these state and local districts, that is not insignificant. But even beyond that, what I'm talking about is maybe I say a hybrid. My thing is all Black people, to as many as we can, we need to again form a coalition and say, yes, we're all moving so that when our one representative that is up on Capitol Hill or in the Senate, wherever the case may be, like, again, they have to come to us to appeal to us, because even despite all the stuff that people said about Obama, he like that. And here's the thing that gets me. They say Obama, oh, he couldn't do nothing. His hands were tied, his second term, this, that, and the third. But listen, they didn't want him to pass no damn gay rights voting bill. They didn't want him to pass no Dreamers Act, but he did it. Why? Because those groups had their resources in the game. They had their money in the game, right? They said, yo, if you want our 10 million or our 5 million or our 500,000 people in this district, whatever, this ward, to vote for you, you need to pass this shit right here. Black people ain't got nothing like that. We don't have no lobbyists. We don't have no unified show of force. And so when they come and talk to us, all they doing is minstrel show and chitlin circuit shit. They come and do Dougies and shit at little rallies and stuff, and they make us feel good and laugh and kiki, then they get our votes. So that is one thing that needs to change. We need to force the issue of tangibles, but more than that, whether we form our own party or whatever, we need to show we need to have an agenda, we need to have organization, we need to have pooled resources. Other than that, we just talking in circles tonight, man.
So what I'm going to do as the host, I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone until it's time to talk. And so everybody can be able to not be interrupted, and that everybody will be able to get their because this is a very passionate subject. And Derek is new. He is new to this, and and everybody's different. Everybody, I'm going to get you, Andre. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own points of views, but I just want us to be respectful and make sure, so I'm going to mute you as the host, everybody, until it's your, you raise your hand and we can talk. And then when we get on another subject, because we're going to get off this subject, because it's a heated subject. It just is. Andre, you had something to say? I wanted to read something in the chat. I'll get to you, Lewis. Someone said, let me go, it's a lot. I missed that part now. Hold on, let me read it. It said, something about how can we expect, this was Zay, and she said, how can we expect to have a Black party if we can't even support a Black app? So how can we have a Black party or what have you? She says, so how can we get people to support a Black party, Terry? We can't even support our melanated people. Okay, so did anybody want to answer that question? Yes, Lewis. I'm sorry. You can.
Can y'all repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Yes, I just wanted to touch on a few of the last subjects. We don't have a viable third party based on what Brother Derek said. I do believe what he's saying is only two viable parties. However, once we control the media, our local and state media, and push these third parties out a little bit further, then we can get more knowledge and our other organizations can work together. It is a possibility.
Okay, so I was just answering that question. Let me read another one. It said, somebody said, I think it's Deidre. She says, people are scared of change. So when it hits you out of nowhere, people get polarized, have no plan to deal with it. So, this group is a very eclectic group. Everybody has comes from different backgrounds. But at the end of the day, I do think we all want to see our people do better than what we're doing. And so I think that's where we are. And people, like, again, we get very passionate, but at the end of the day, we basically all have the same hopes and dreams for our people to be successful. Scott, you have your hand up.
Yeah, it's his wife at home on the computer. My hand is up because I wanted to agree with whoever said to Derek. Of course, if we keep saying, "Oh, it's not going to change. This is what's going to happen," that, like Jilly said, that is what your reality will be. That's why in the chat, I've even put that there's a saying that says the very word impossible says I'm possible. I can't let other people limit me with what they think for themselves. So, respectfully speaking, the people that are saying, "Oh, we can't do that. It's never been done. It can't be done." Look at the Haitian Revolution. It took my people 13 years to beat Napoleon. Napoleon had never been beaten before. But Haiti's story, that right there tells you, it gives you an idea of us, our human spirit, and what we can do together. Just some serious food for thought.
But I think it's our job, as we have to understand that we all come to this presence that we have now at different times. Last year, I was a different person. I didn't know anything about the Orishas. I didn't know anything about, anything. I was very programmed, and I was very controlled into what society they want us to be. And so one day when that third eye opened, things changed for me. And so we just have to be, just careful that everybody is not at the same place. Me coming to the melanated people was a new thing. I never heard of it before. And I wasn't born, I wasn't raised to be, power to the people, Tanya. I wasn't. And so we all have our journey. We all have our journey, and we're all gonna get there at the same time. But when someone does have a difference of opinion, or they're not where you are, just have some patience, because that's how you teach people. Because there's a lot of things I learned from here. Like, I looked up the French Revolution, the Haiti, and you told me to go on PBS, and I was astounded. I knew nothing about African history at all, because no one ever said I should know. So I started understanding or knowing what the Moors were, or Mansa Musa, and all these. I didn't know about this stuff. So we all, I think, are waking up, but we're just waking up in different times. Is it Deidria? I'm trying to get your name together.
Deidre,
you had something to say?
Yes. Hi, sister. Hi, brothers.
Hello, sister.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right, because where someone is at, you do have to meet them. But just always know that words matter. Even if you don't fully believe in something, when you know it's for your own kind, your own people, breathe some sort of life into it. Yes, we have all been in this system for a very long time, so we can't even understand what we could do. But like you said, a person is in a place, and that's where he's thinking. He's thinking, oh, I just know Democrat and Republican. But you also have to look at their track record. What have they really done for your life? And to say that something can't be done, if you have any children, if you're a parent, what you're doing now today that you might not see 50 years ago, but you're doing it for your seeds. And that's how you're supposed to move as a parent, whether you believe in a system, knowing that it's not good for you, or you drinking the Kool-Aid. I got to move in a way that's going to be beneficial for my children. And that is important, because now that I know that, like, I'm taking my children out of the school system. My children have been in the school system for years. But one day I woke up and I was like, I can't be revolutionary. I can't be B1 and send my children to the oppressive schools where they're going to just sit there and have them drinking the Kool-Aid. And I'm sitting there fighting with them, trying to get them to see my way when they're going to them 8 hours a day. So it's like, when you know better, you do better. And like you said, you're here, you're learning things, you opened up your third eye, and you're all about, and it's not understanding, sis, you're overstanding. We're all overstanding everything.
Yes.
So yeah, this is a great discussion, and I appreciate y'all.
It is very, very great. Andre, you had something else to say? You're muted.
I think it's COO of product.
Chief Product Officer.
Okay, I want to kind of switch it up a little bit because this was really intense. So the Pentagon came out Friday with the report from the, what is it, unidentified aerial phenomenal. Are you guys familiar with the report that came out from the Pentagon? And if you are, what are your thoughts about it?
What, that aliens have existed and they've been? I cannot be as ignorant or foolish as to think that we're the only intelligent forms of life in this vast universe. That's really either foolish, you're full of audacity.
Ignorant as fuck is the word I like to use.
What?
Ignorant as fuck.
Yeah. To think that we're the only forms of life form with intelligence, they're smarter than us. They're probably like, yo, I ain't fucking with them. Respectfully submitted.
I'm curious because the pictures, I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures, but the actual, whatever these things are, I'm gonna call them spaceships because that's what they probably are. A lot of them are coming from the water. Like they're actually, the pilots were chasing them and they went in the water. So why do you think that the United States now is telling us, well, we've already known, but why do you think the United States now is telling us, and not only they're telling us, they're saying that these things, they think these things are a threat, and they've known about these things for 80 years. Yes, Lewis. You're muted.
Okay, the reason why I feel as if the government is now letting us know is because they're in a way they're kind of letting us know they don't really know all about this planet because we have no idea what's deep down in the darks of those waters if they're coming up. We don't, and to Marty's point, it's kind of foolish for us to really think we're alone in this vast universe. And who's to sit there and say they're a little bit violent? They're probably not. If anything, Black people would be the main people to survive if they were to come to Earth. But also, what are we going to do about it? It's like, oh, well, fuck it. Like, their technology is better than ours. And if anything, they probably would want our weed for us. That's my opinion.
So Jilly,
Love
and
you, Lewis.
Derek. Jilly, then Derek. Oh, I'm sorry, Nelly, I'm blind. You see, I'm blind. Nelly's first because she had her hand before anybody. So Nelly, come on, girl. What you think?
Okay, so hey, I'ma just say this. We know we are carbon beings. We know that everything that is in our body can be found on this planet and probably in this universe. So at the end of the day, if these extraterrestrials or whatever this government is trying to throw in our face as a distraction now is real, I suggest everybody, if you come into a close encounter of the third, fourth, fifth, or sixth kind, you say what's happening and just let them know, hey, y'all do what y'all do. I'm going to just move out your way. Because we know we were sitting here for a reason. We don't know where these motherfuckers came from.
Yo, get ass. Like, be like, yo, get them.
Go take I'm going to move out your way. Like me and mine, we just going to go stay in the house and, hey, yo, real talk. Hey, I don't believe in Christianity. I respect my Hebrew Israelites, but that paint the blood on the threshold shit, if that's what we got to do, let's get it. Y'all do what y'all need to do, but we ain't gonna stop you. We just gonna move out the way. But,
yo, nah, Nelly, you know what we gotta do? We take it back. What we learned at the village, you know, we learned that ritual. That's what we do. Fuck the bullshit.
Okay, Jilly, you have something to say about it?
Yes, beloved. What I was going to say is your question was why do we think that they're now saying something about these alleged extraterrestrials, UFOs, whatever? It's another distraction, just like Nelly just said. It's plain and simple. Every time something's going on that they don't want you to know about, they pop up with some other bullshit. Knowing damn well this stuff has been around long before we were, probably. Consider this: the day that Derek Chauvin was convicted, does anybody realize that the U.S. has been lobbying the entire to take over all what's the fucking word? The internet security. That means they would control all of it. They've been petitioning with the entire world to take over the entire fucking internet, all of its security. That would include all of cryptocurrencies. That would include everything. But nobody paid attention to that. So every time you see them release something that just sounds a little bit like, what? Think about what they're not telling you. Dig, look for something. Everybody loves Google. Fucking look up, go to Google. Go it.
You need the link.
But there's always something. There's always more. You have to look. Don't just settle for a UFO, because that's not the story of the day. That's all I had.
Oh, nothing. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, but the link, the actual footage of the whatever the UFOs, they look like pyramids, guys. They really look like pyramids, and it was a lot of them. They were like surrounding this ship, and I don't think that's anybody's necessarily distraction. I think that they were there. There's something going on. I mean, I can feel it in my spirit. So, yes. You said what? Yes, Nelly. You on mute, baby. Let me unmute you, honey. I got you. I don't know why you shouldn't be on mute. You shouldn't be on mute, Nelly. I don't know why you're on mute. Yeah, I understand. I don't know why you're having problems unmuting. That's okay. You want to write it in the chat until you can figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. You went in, Nelly? I don't know. Okay, there she is.
Yeah, hear me now.
I hear you.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. This is me going left.
Oh.
Unicorns, dragons. What's the other one? Somebody help me out.
Loch Ness Monster.
Yes, Loch Ness Monsters. Everything that you have seen, heard, or read about on TV, in a book, in a tabloid magazine. That shit came from somewhere.
Yep.
It came from somewhere. That was just not a thought that somebody had in their mind. That came from somewhere. So when we was watching Aliens versus Predators, Star Wars, Star Trek. Come on, help me out. What's another one? But when we were watching all that shit, they hadn't already got them ideas from somewhere.
Marvel, the superheroes, Superman.
Predictive programming.
Mm-hmm.
What you call
it might be addictive programming, but one thing I say about TV, hey y'all, I look, we all know it's programming in itself. But at the end of the day, they getting this shit from somewhere to get the ideas to come up with these shows to distract us.
A lot of the things too, they have to tell you. They can tell you in the guise of, oh, it's science fiction, it's a show, but they have to tell you. Remember when we were little kids watching the Jetsons? We were watching FaceTime. we were watching like Scooby-Doo or the murder mysteries or those 70s cartoons where they had the weather distribulator. Think about all of that. We're seeing all that come into fruition now.
They don't spend millions and millions of dollars on this programming for nothing.
Exactly.
It's not for nothing. Here's a reason.
Did you say, hold on, back up. Did you say tell live vision?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I caught it. No. I'm saying, I caught it. So explain that.
The Last Poets, television, the words.
Byron Scott.
Oh, it's okay. I think I think we got aliens, y'all. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I think our ass has some aliens in this world. I think they've been here. They from what I understand, even not the hieroglyphics, but the pyramids. Some of those pyramids are like launching pads. I mean, I'm just hoping that y'all's coming to get my black ass. That's all I'm saying.
Can I say this? It was funny because I was watching this little white dude, and this little white dude was like, yo, white people is mad because, all throughout on the pyramids, you see that they've met with us black people, but you notice the aliens weren't fucking with the white people. They hated the white people. So that's why the white people still mad to this day.
Well, they keep on taking them. They say I believe when they say they taking them out now, I think it's telling the truth.
They're trying to understand what the hell and how the hell they came to be.
Yep.
They're the guinea pigs. They're the alien lab rats. The white folks are the alien lab rats.
They might be the damn